Hello, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Brewing Local. I'm Neda Iranpour, and today's guest, Mission Brewing. We have a couple guys in here today. Aaron Long, VP of Sales and Marketing, and Jeremy Castellano, Director of Brewing Operations. Good to have both of you with us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
Oh, of course. I mean, I've been to Mission Brewing quite a few times, especially the Wonder Bread building by Petco. That's just a fun spot. We've been to concerts there, going away parties there, all kinds of things. So yes, huge fan. And I want to talk about the history. I know Mission Brewing has been around. You've been around for a long time in San Diego.
Yes.
Started way back when. So if you want to get into that, tell us kind of the background of Mission and how it all began.
Yeah, so Mission was one of, if not the oldest brewery in San Diego County. So it dates back to 1913.
I don't know anything older.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
I think everyone's probably seen that big brick building if you're driving down to the airport off the
Yeah.
5. It still says Mission Brewing Plaza on it.
Right.
We haven't been in there in a long time, since 1913 actually. We closed down during Prohibition times.
Okay.
It was very hard to be an alcohol business during Prohibition.
Right.
So they shut that one
They
down.
had to shut it down.
But luckily the building's still there, and we always say it's one of the best billboards you can have in town without
Seriously,
having to pay for anything.
I think we have an image of it. So this, in case people want a friendly reminder of what it is, it's literally off the 5, and right there it is. That's the one. So you've seen this. I mean, everyone's seen this. It's a pretty cool landmark, and that's where it all began in 1913. Prohibition happens. You know, beer stops. A lot of breweries, obviously, all the bars were impacted. And then what happened? How did Mission come back?
Yeah, so back when craft beer was kind of kicking off in San Diego again, back in 2007, actually, our founder reestablished the name.
Okay.
I know he'd seen that building so many times, driving up and down. He goes, I wonder if I could just restart that company.
Oh,
so
nice.
he found a way to do so. So we started back in 2007, found a home in the Wonder Bread building down in the East Village by Petco Park. We've been in there ever since, but things have changed and modified over the times as the industry's ebb and flowed, and now we're up to 5 taproom locations. Our brewery's up in Miramar. But we still have the tap room at the Wonder Bread building.
Yeah, great. That's still there. And that place is cool because there's like the original silos you can sit in. It's just a memorable spot and memorable thing to be a part of. But in the brick look, I guess, matches what the original was. So that's pretty neat. You have that 1913 lager, which I know we talked about initially with Dan, your CEO. Yes. And that one, it's pretty cool that it's like similar to the original recipe. Is that right, Jeremy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we kind of tried to take inspiration from the original recipe, glow it up a little, if you will, with modern techniques and ingredients. But it still retains the kind of the ethos and core of that original lager.
Nice. And to be the director of brewing for something with so much history, I'm curious for you, Jeremy, what it's like to brew the beers with Mission. Like, what's kind of the approach as you take these on? I mean, there are some familiar beers that you have that people keep wanting.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. How does that work when you're brewing?
So, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a great job. We have a good team. Yeah. We try to kind of give craft beer for beer drinkers. Our core lineup: Lager, Everyday California, Waves of Haze, and Shipwrecked. And we'll get into those later. But each of those kind of covers a niche of beers that people really enjoy.
Okay.
Nothing too off the wall, chasing
Right.
trends as far as the core lineup goes.
Yeah, that's true. You've stuck with your core. Like, I mean, the things that people keep asking for, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
certainly.
Yeah. Tell me why that is and how that helps your operation. I mean, I know we went to your spot in Miramar where you moved the tanks.
Yeah.
That must have been a lot of work.
That was a process, definitely.
Yeah, but worth it. I mean, it's such a great location. Now, tell me about that. Has it changed the way you can brew with the space that you have?
Yeah. Back when we were in the Wonder Bread building, we had some larger tanks that maybe weren't ideal for us to continually do R&D and try new things.
Yeah.
So having more smaller tanks here now allows us to constantly iterate, send out new beers to our 5 tap rooms.
Okay.
It still lets us, produce our core beers at a good scale into can and keg, and as we need.
Yeah.
But being able to get feedback from customers, brew a smaller batch. If the tap rooms like it, we can scale it up or maybe make some small tweaks.
Okay.
So it's really nice to be able to constantly iterate and improve on our beers that way.
That's cool. So it is literally like customer feedback.
Yes, certainly.
That's awesome. And when it does feel very, like family when you walk in there. It's like I see you guys and you're right there in the front, and it's a special thing to have that. I think at all the breweries wherever you can, and that means like people are literally like telling you, "Hey, Jeremy,
Certainly.
I like this. I don't like this."
Yeah, all feedback's good feedback,
That's
really.
good. Yeah, it helps the improvement of it all. Shipwrecked, let's talk about that. We know that's a huge one. I know that if you want to pull up the can so you can see the can, familiar sight in many spots. You know that pirate face.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it, yes.
Jolly
Yes, I
Roger.
feel like the name Shipwrecked is appropriate because it has a pretty high ABV.
Yeah, so Shipwreck's our flagship double IPA.
Yes,
So
people.
double IPA,
Yeah.
it's 9.25%. Some people might call that a triple IPA. It's kind of we call it a little old school of a double IPA. It's classic C hops from the U.S. So they're like things like Centennial and CTZ and Cascade.
Nice.
That has some of that like piney, grapefruity, touch of citrus character to it. A little bit of what you might call dank, like cannabis-like
That
weediness
people
to it.
Crave all the time.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So the recipes, slowly iterated over the years to become a little more modern.
Okay.
It still has an aggressive bitterness. It's still packed with hops. But we've been able to use, newer beer ingredients as things have changed from just having pellet hops or whole cone hops to using some more modern hop extracts for a cleaner taste.
Awesome.
There's a little less, back in the day, used to be a ton of crystal caramel malt, which would make it like dark and almost kind of papery in a way. But, it's a cleaner grain bill now. So we've modernized it while keeping the spirit of Shipwrecked there. It's super drinkable for the ABV.
Yeah, seriously.
Many people are surprised it's as strong as it is when they try it.
It's a good one. I like that one. I also frequent your Waves of Haze. Tell us about that one. I know hazies. I'm a sucker for a good hazy.
Yes. So this is the Waves of Haze.
There it is.
It's our 6.2% hazy IPA.
Nice.
This one's designed to be very drinkable for a hazy. Some hazies are really thick and viscous. Ours leans on the less thick, but more, as you might call, juicy side.
Juicy.
So tons of
describe it.
Tons of like orange, citrus, stone fruit in there. Really trying to make sure it's a beer that you could go for multiple of and not just have one and be done with it. So that's
these beautiful sunny days in San Diego, which leads me to your collaboration with Everyday California. I know that's a big one for you guys. I see it all over. It's such a great combination, Mission and Everyday California. So we're going to take a quick break here, but when we come back, we'll talk more about your collaborations. You have quite a few very familiar ones, which are doing great, it seems. So we'll talk more about that in just 2 minutes. Keep it here. Welcome back here. We're talking with Mission Brewing and another company that you probably know in town, Everyday California. You have collaborated. So, Aaron, I want to talk to you about that. If you want to hold up the can. I love the can. It's like bright. It's a perfect San Diego type of beer. This is so nice. I mean, we know the logo there, of course. I love the coloring. Tell me how this all came to be and what it's kind of done for Mission and for Everyday California.
Yeah, of course. So I used to see a very similar beer to this. Everyday California used to have a collaboration with Resident Brewing when they were still around. And I liked the beer. It was good liquid. It was fun. It was more of like a wit beer Belgian style back then.
Okay.
So I saw Everyday California was looking for a new beer partner a couple years ago.
Nice.
After, I reached out to them, kind of just a cold call.
Okay.
So they came by with the whole team. We kind of just talked about how our kind of brands fit together and all that. And at the time, we were innovating on a new R&D tropical blonde just to begin with. We tried many, many different label designs, many kind of names on it, many different brands on it. Nothing quite fit. So as soon as we talked to the Everyday California team, they said they're looking for something lighter, more tropical, maybe a little fruit in it. So they kind of just fell into place perfectly together.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like it's, Everyday California, we know them as kayaking and paddleboarding and all the things, right, out at the beach. And I mean, so many people that come to town know them. And that's like literally the ideal way to enjoy a beer. I feel like heading out by the water, doing the thing. So I feel like that's such a great representation of San Diego. You have quite a few other collaborations too. Right?
Yeah. So on top of Everyday California, but Everyday California is a core beer now, so do a quick plug on that one too.
Yeah.
You'll get it all the time then.
All the time.
It'll always be there. Nice.
We started doing a bunch of like smaller one-off partnerships with different people in town.
Okay.
So kind of in marketing and branding, we're always trying to figure out new ways to kind of reach our customers, especially with how crowded the beer industry is now. So let's kind of meet them where we are and kind of find things that work for both of us. One of my favorite partnerships we did recently was with the band Pepper, the reggae band.
Love Pepper.
Started out of
You
Kona.
know them?
We know them now, which is they're really cool guys.
Wait, hold it in the middle
Yeah.
so we can see the can.
Let's see if that one's
there
in the can.
it is.
Yeah.
Wait, what does it say on there?
It says "Bring Me Along," so
Bring Me
it's a
Along.
song off their album "No Shame,"
Yes.
which just hit 20 years old this
So
year. So they're
awesome.
celebrating that. So
I love it.
we make a beer with them. This one's a Mexican lager with salt and lime.
Okay, nice.
And then we usually release it around Bayfest every year. They're usually on the lineup there. And the
Amazing.
last couple of years, they've done some free pop-up shows in our tap rooms, which
That's
is cool.
so cool. Oh my goodness. So Pepper, like you're just buddies with Pepper.
We're buddies with Pepper, I think. I don't know if they say that about us, but we say it about them.
I mean, that's really huge. I'm a huge fan of reggae, so it all makes sense. But yeah, and I love the can and the what is it called? The art, not the decor, but the artwork that you
Art
have
decor.
on the canning. That looks really good. And obviously with collaborating with different, I mean, these are a wide range. You have a running group too.
Yes, yeah. So you guys might have seen the couple hundred people that take over the streets Mondays and Wednesdays. That's the Milestone Running Group.
Okay.
They operate the Milestone running stores in PB in North Park.
Nice.
So we got together with them, and then we made a beer with them. But we also did a three-way collab on that with the Overload skateboard shop in North Park.
Nice.
And Hoka kind of put this whole thing together for us because they
wow.
sell shoes to both stores.
Okay.
So this one specifically we called Hartley's North Park Edition. It's a really cool can. It's got the
Yeah.
North Park City grid to it.
I was gonna say, is that North Park right there?
That's North Park
Yay.
right there. Kind of see the sign. All the
Yeah.
different shops that we collaborated with on the can.
That's smart. That's really cool.
yeah.
So that's a skateboarding shop and
It's a skateboard
Hoka?
shop, Hoka, and a running store, and us together. So the idea is the North Park streets are full of community, people skating, people running, all that kind of stuff. Then afterwards, what do you do in North Park? You usually take a pause and have some beers.
When you're done running, that is the best tasting beer, I will say.
Exactly.
I mean, I literally have run for beer because it just goes so good afterwards. That's a brilliant thing, and I love Hoka shoes. I mean, so many people count on them when they go running. It's very comfortable. So does Aaron come to you, Jeremy, and say, hey, I have this collab. I need you to make me a beer for it? Or how does that work?
It's usually pretty, work pretty well with the people. So like for the
Yeah.
Hartley's one, the guys from Overload came by, kind of had a basic vision of kind of beers they liked, but we
Okay.
kind of sat down, chatted beer, said, tweaked some things around, came up with a recipe together.
Nice.
And I think they're really happy with kind of what it turned out with. Same with the Bring Me Along that we do with Pepper.
Yeah.
Chat with those guys, like, hey, what kind of beer do you guys like to drink?
cool.
And they're like, oh, this is, what I love. Can you make something like this? They
Wow.
came for the brew day.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. You're not making them like lug the hops and
Just
things,
the photo
right?
ops mostly.
I was gonna say that's like a lot of labor. I will say respect for all the brewers because it's a lot of work. It's hot, right?
Right.
Yeah, you do all that, but it is good for other people to see the operation and how all of that works.
Totally.
How does that work with as far as the brewery itself when you do these collaborations? Do you feel like it helps get the word out in different ways? I mean, how does this all benefit both or all parties?
Yeah, I think it definitely does, and that's kind of why we choose some of the partnerships we do.
Yeah.
People who love craft beer in San Diego usually love reggae and music festivals. San Diego's such an outdoor community, so
Right.
people are on the kayaks, people are running, people are going to the skateboard shops. So kind of just meeting them where they are.
Yeah.
And these days to stand out, you kind of have to be more than just a brand with a logo on the shelf. You have to kind of be part of the community, reach your customers that way.
Right.
And everyone likes beer and everyone likes doing these things. Let's combine them.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I will say all the things you listed. I'm like, I do those. Guilty, yes, for sure. And the images that you have, we're looking at these right here. A lot of them with the collaborations and Susan G. Komen. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, so the last few years I've done it too. Susan G. Komen's got a very big presence here in San Diego. They do the Walk for a Cure every year. So the last, I think, 3 years now, we've done a different collaboration beer with them every year.
Nice.
We raise proceeds for the charity through,
That's
a
great.
couple bucks a pint through all the tap rooms. We do some events with them. Sometimes we distribute it around town, do fundraisers at bars we sell to.
Okay.
And Leia Brune and the team over there, they're really, really nice to work with. So That's another fun one.
Yeah. Do they come and help make the beers too, or no?
They do. They brought about 10 ladies last time
Yeah.
we did it.
How
So
fun.
That was
It's a
fun.
lot of fun.
Oh,
It's
that's
nice.
great.
It's nice to get the extra labor around, which
sure.
is cool.
I mean, hey, the more hands, the better. I'm sure.
Certainly.
Yes, that's awesome, and what a good cause, right? Susan G. Komen. I know we do a lot of fundraising events for them too, and it's just it helps. Any bit fundraising would obviously help them out a lot. I know you've been on our show multiple times with the different events and fundraising that you have, and I think that's such a big part of our brewing community too. Most people want to do good for San Diego and beyond, so it shows in the work that you guys do. We are going to take a quick break right now, but we'll come back and talk about the term you said, what, beyond beer?
Beyond beer. Yeah.
Not beyond meat, beyond beer.
Beyond beer.
Okay, got it. We'll get into that here in just a couple of minutes, so keep it here. Welcome back here during commercial air, and I was like, oh, did we miss any other collabs? You're like, I have a list of how many?
Just a bunch of them. Yeah.
What other ones that I know there's a lot, but if you want
let's
to
go
name a
really
few
quickly.
more.
So
Sure.
we've done a few. We did the Capital of Craft this year with the San Diego
Yes.
Brewers Guild. So we had 6 breweries do that with us. Harlan, Coronado, South O, Tarantula Hill.
That's always such a good
bunch
beer.
of breweries. It's fun to do.
It's like you guys know what you're doing and working
Yeah.
together. Just
I was definitely
elevate.
using the brain trust on that one.
Right.
And then besides that, we did a fundraiser beer with the San Diego Lifeguards last
Nice.
year.
Oh.
And then, what am I forgetting? Oh, the Walkabout Community app in North Park, too.
Okay.
So we always do a
Great.
few with them a year.
That's so nice. Let's talk now about Beyond Beer. So you're working on some fun projects. What's going on? Tell me. Is it the seltzers or what are you guys working
Yeah,
on?
so we do a little bit of, people don't just want beer anymore, especially when you come to a tap room. Some people might be avoiding beer for the carbs, or there's many
Right.
reasons, or they just don't like them. So we do hard seltzers. We brew hard seltzer on house. We'll do everything from cocktail style seltzers. So we have a popular, we call it the Kensington Mule.
Nice.
So that's primarily served at Kensington, but other places as well. It's a 10%-ish mule.
Yeah. Okay.
So made with real ginger, lime, agave syrup as a sweetener, a touch of heat for the ginger, and
And you brew that all in Miramar then?
yes, we brew that in Miramar as well.
You're brewing them yourselves.
Yeah.
That's fun. Is that an exciting project for you just to kind of, try new things?
Certainly.
Yeah.
We've kind of also iterated from that to do real fruit hard seltzers. So,
Okay.
during COVID, the kind of extracty, your White Claw hard seltzers that, are
the claw.
clear but kind of taste like fake fruit got popular.
Yeah.
We kind of, veered away from that lately, and now we're doing fruit or seltzers with 100% real fruit, no sugar
Nice.
added.
Okay.
So we have a
A
dragon.
healthy
fruit one.
option.
Healthy
I appreciate
option.
that.
Yeah.
You get the vitamins.
Exactly.
That's great. Are those doing well?
Those are doing well.
Okay.
Right now we have a grapefruit lime, a dragon berry, and a blackberry lemonade on tap.
Nice. So you could just come get a flight of seltzers and
Yes.
have lots to choose from. Are they canned too or no?
We're working on that.
They will be, yeah.
That's
We just got
coming.
some labels done for all three of those varieties.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. That'll expand things even more
Yeah.
for Mission. That's exciting. I mean, why not tap into what people are after, right? I think you
Exactly.
are both very much in touch with like a lot of what people want as they come into your tap room and tell you. So
Yeah.
that's huge. And you're listening.
Right.
Which, yes, that's a lot. We do want to talk about your tap rooms. Where can we find you? Where do we go get Mission?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, we're up to 5 tap rooms now around
Yeah.
the county.
Okay.
So if I can remember all of them, we have we have our tap room associated with the brewery at Miramar, so you can come
One.
see us there if you're doing
Okay.
some brewery hopping. We have
Yeah.
one at the Del Mar Sky Deck.
Yes.
So we're up there. That's our northest one.
Okay.
We have one at the UCSD graduate campus.
On campus.
On campus,
That's
which is really
a big
fun.
deal.
It's the first
Yeah.
floor of a grad housing building.
Fun.
And it's got a pool and 2 hot tubs,
Oh,
and their
what?
liquor license covers them for some reason, which is
No
great.
way. There's hot tubs too.
Mm-hmm.
So literally you go get your Mission beer or seltzers and then hang out at the hot tub.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is brilliant. After finals, I have a feeling that's like the place to
Yeah.
be. Okay, there's 2 more. I was counting
Yep.
for
Then
you.
we have the Kensington Community Tap
Okay.
Room. That's one of our favorite ones we do. And then
Yeah.
the East Village of the Wonder Bread Building.
Okay, very good. So yeah, 5 spots around town, all pretty recognizable and unique, which is also really neat. It's like you can go to all of them and still experience something different. So
Yes.
that's awesome. When you restarted Mission, how many years ago was that?
That was back in 2007.
2007. So yeah, 2026. I'm like doing the math. That's 20 years.
Yeah.
Coming up on 20.
That's a big deal. The big plans for 20-year anniversary.
I think we're talking about some big blowouts, have some parties, probably some collaboration beers, all that sort of stuff.
It's a lot to celebrate. I think the San Diego community supports its brewers. We hope we want them to, because obviously we appreciate the work that you guys do. But it shows when we see our breweries lasting a long time. So we hope for more success for Mission Brewing. It's awesome to hear about the backstory and all your beers that you have. Quite the lineup. So people need to go out there, check them out, pick any of those spots, and make sure you do so. For now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. You're having fun with Mission Brewing. There are cans for sale in various places across Southern California. So which ones are you selling right now at stores?
We'll pop these 4 up. We call it kind of our core lineup. We got the Old Mission Lager we talked about, Everyday California, Waves of Haze, and Shipwrecked.
Okay.
So like Neda said, liquor stores, grocery stores, bars and restaurants all around Southern California.
Yes, or any of your 5 tap rooms.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, and there you'll find some expanded offerings as well.
Okay.
Talked about some of those seltzers, small batch collabs.
And cider?
And cider as well. We're doing hard cider, having
fun.
a great time with it.
Okay, that's awesome. The creativity shows, Jeremy. I love it. I'm glad that you're able to have all that fun, and people can now come explore and experiment all the good things Mission is doing. So thank you guys for joining me today. This was fun to have you on our show. And thank all of you who are watching. Brewing Local airs every Monday at 10:30. If you missed any part of this, you can always watch it on cbs8.com/brewing-local. And cheers to you guys. We hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Thanks
Cheers.
again.
Thank you.